Hello students and welcome to this video for Excel Chapter 1, not hands-on, Excel Chapter 1 Practice Exercise number 2. Practice Exercise number 2. This one's from scratch, so we're starting with a brand new file. You're not going to be downloading one for this one. I'm going to read the page here while you're turning to page 474 in your textbook. Page 474. It says you want to create a calendar for July 2018. The calendar will enable you to practice alignment settings, including center, merge, and center, and indent. In addition, you will need to adjust column widths and increase row height to create cells large enough to enter important information such as birthdays in your calendar. You will create a formula and use autofill to complete the days of the weeks and the days within each week. To improve the appearance of the calendar, you will add fill colors, font colors, and borders to create a red, white, and blue effect to celebrate Independence Day. Refer to figure 161 as you complete this exercise. So I clicked on the File tab. I have New selected, and we're just choosing Blank Workbook, as you can see here on my screen. And we're going to save our blank workbook as a specific name. So I'm going to click File, choose Save As. I'm, of course, saving it to the right folder. You are saving it to your flash drive. Oh, let me try again here. And the name you're going to give it, let me zoom in so you make sure you can see it here. Excel, so E1P2, July, underscore, last name, first name. It's important you get the titles right. It's part of the reason you get points for these exercises, is following those instructions. I'm going to save it like that. Then I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see it. We may end up zooming out as we work, but for now I'm going to zoom in. It says click in cell, or excuse me, type in cell A1, so I'm already there. The following, July 2018. And it says click enter on the left side of the formula bar. So don't forget there's enter there. You'll notice it changed how it looks, and that is fine for right now. Then it says here, oh, you know what? The reason why it changed, and we actually have to type it in, I missed that, is type the apostrophe, July 2018. So type it in with the apostrophe, and then push enter. There we go. And that's what gets it to stay. So the apostrophe before it. Then step C, it says format the title. So what we're going to do is select range A1 through G1. It looks like that, A1 through G1. And we're going to click merge and center. Merge and center. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more here so you can see it. That looks pretty good. Then it says change the font size. So this is still selected to 48. So I'll click up here, type in 48, push enter. Then it says, so now it's big, definitely big. Then it says to click the fill color arrow. Fill color arrow. Now I clicked on word color before in a previous exercise by accident, so make sure you choose the right one, which is the fill color here, that paint bucket. It used to be we had a highlighter with word. It's fill in here, and we're going to choose blue in the standard colors section of the palette. So you can see standard colors are down here, blue is right here, and then it says click middle align in the alignment group. So this is middle align right here. This is, of course, center. Alright, so we've taken care of the title. Now we're going to work on, zoom out a little bit, days of the week. So it says type in A2, cell A2, the word Sunday. And it says click enter on the left side of the formula group or formula bar. So I click enter after Sunday. And then it says drag the cell A2 fill handle. So when I use the fill handle, I have my cell selected. There's this dot right here, and when I move over it, it turns into that black plus arrow. And I'm supposed to drag it, click and drag it across through cell G2, so over here. And when I let go, it fills in all the days of the week for me. So using that fill handle, going across. Then it says, ensure that the range A2 through G2 is selected. It already is. Click the fill color arrow, so that paint bucket, click in the fill color arrow. Select blue again from the standard colors. Oh, excuse me, not from the standard colors. Blue, accent 1, so let's find our accent 1, and lighter 40%. So blue accent one liner 40% right here. It says apply bold. So I'm going to hold down Control and push B. And then it says change the font size to 14. Alright, then we're clicking middle align again. Middle align. And then also click center in the alignment group. Now that we've done that, we're going to go on to step E. It says complete the days of the month. So we're going to type in here in cell A3 the number 1. And it says press Control and enter. So 1, Control, enter. Looks like that. Then it says drag the A3 fill handle across the row through cell G3. So I move to the fill handle again, click, drag across to G3. You can see it comes up as a bunch of 1s. Then what we're going to do is we're going to click on autofill options in the bottom right corner right here. Autofill options and select fill series. So I'll show one more time. Fill series is selected and it looks like this. 1 through 7. Then it says in cell A4 we're going to type the following equals A3 plus 7. Hold on Control, push enter so it stays as the active cell. It switches of course to 8. Usually you avoid numbers and formulas, but the number of the days in a week is always 7. And then it says drag the cell A4 fill handle, so right here, down through cell A7. So this is A4, so 5, 6, 7. So I pull it down basically 4 rows here. Then it says, after that, well, then it gives us our Sunday dates here. And then it says keep the range A4 through A7 selected. Drag the fill handle across through cell G7. So down here at the bottom near 29, click, hold it down, bring it all the way across here to G7, and I let go. Then it says select range D7 through G7. So right over here, I've got D7 selected here. Click and drag through G7. And then, of course, it says press delete because these are extra days. They don't actually exist in the month there. All right, step F. It says format the columns and arrows, or columns and rows, excuse me. Columns and rows. So we're going to select columns A through G. So A through G. And then it says click format in our cells group. And we're choosing column width. And we're typing in 16. Voila. And click OK. Then select row 2. So I'm going to select row 2. I click right here. And it says click format. And then it says select row height. And type 54. Then press OK. And then it says select rows 3 through 7. So click here through 3 through 7 like this. Set the row height to 80. So format row height. And I'm setting it to 80. And of course it says to click OK. Now I'm going to zoom out because you can see with our calendar here, we're kind of running out of space on the screen. There we are. Okay. Now it says apply borders around the cells. This is step G. Select range A1 through G7. So A1 through G7, the whole calendar. We're clicking the borders arrow, which is in the font group. So here's our font group. We have our borders arrow right here. And then we're going to select more borders down at the bottom of the list. So more borders. Then what we're going to do is we're going to click the color fill arrow, which is over here. It says right now automatic. So we're going to click on that and change it. We're selecting red. So since there's not an accent, it comes from our standard color list. Then it says click outline. So up here. And it also says click inside. And this is the presets group, our section. Then after that, you can see it looks like this. We're going to click OK. And this action applies a red border to the inside and outside of the selected range. Step H, it says we're going to clear the border formatting around cells that do not have days. So what we're going to do is we're going to select the range D7 through G7. So those 4 blocks right there. Then it says click clear in the editing group. Over here's my editing group. I'm clicking clear. And it says to choose clear all. Clear all. And now our calendar looks like that, which is good. Step I, we're formatting the days in the month. So it says select range A3. So A3, that's number 1, through G7. So basically just the days. Then it says click top align. So up here, this is top align in the alignment group, and align left in the alignment group. Then it says increase indent. So over here are our indents. This is decrease, and this is increase right here. I'm going to click it. Then it says click bold in the font group. So I'm going to hold down Control and push B. Click the font color arrow over here. Font color arrow in the font group, and we're choosing blue. So our standard colors, blue right here. And then click font size arrow and change it to 12. Then J, it says we're going to double click sheet 1 tab. So it's down here, sheet 1 tab. And it's weird. Sometimes it'll say the worksheet tab. Sometimes it'll say sheet tab. So you just have to look and see. Type in July and push enter. Then it says step K, deselect the range. So I just click the page layout tab and do the following. It says click orientation and choose it instead to set it to landscape. So landscape. Click margins in the page setup group and select custom margins, Then it says click the horizontally checkbox, so center on page section horizontally. And then we're going to click OK. Then step L, it says click the insert tab. Click header and footer over here in the text group. And then do the following. Go to footer. So navigation under the design tab. Go to footer. Click in the left side of the footer and type your name. We did this last time. So Mr. Rogers. Click in the center of the footer. And we're putting in the sheet name. And then it says click in the right side of the footer. And click file name. This is a good policy to kind of have with even your own stuff, is doing that, sheet name, file name. Click in any cell in the workbook, which I just did. Hold down Control and push enter, and then click normal in the status bar, which is down at the bottom. We're going to save our file, and then of course it says to close it. So this is what it's going to look like with your calendar here at the end. This needs to match up with what you see in the video, or you will lose points. So and this of course is how you complete Excel Chapter 1 practice exercise number 2.